So this is another episode of What's on My Mind. Height of winter, or the low end, depending on where you are at. The head of ICE is out of Minnesota. The people who did the shooting against the VA nurse is out of Minnesota. Even though they can just remask up and train, you won't know. What's the difference between Obama and Trump? Is how he's going about it. I think 48 or so people died under Obama's watch. But that was when they were in detention facilities and they died of medical reasons, or they got deported and got in their home country. And that was maybe one of the reasons they left. But he was deporting violent people. Ultra violent people. Trump is not really doing that. You say something bad about him online, you know, your First Amendment right. Oh yeah, oh, I discover you're illegal. Yeah, deported, revoke your visa. Under Obama, ICE or any other border agent, it's reported, fact, you can look this up. Nobody died. Nobody got shot by ICE or any type of border agent. Under Trump, 19 or I think 20, the numbers going up. Died, not in detention facilities or related or overseas. Died by gunfire. That's how it's been done. A lot of certain, demographics of America is no stranger to this type of policing or enforcement. It's bittersweet because a lot of people are actually seeing what certain demographics experience. And then when you go to complain, you got it's just a few bad apples. It's just a few bad apples. Let me get that boot so I can lick it clean. Just a few bad apples. If those good apples are defending the bad apples, in turn they become bad apples. I wanted to make this video and to highlight just a few bad apples, or the good apples that got protected by the few bad apples. A lot of people don't realize this. When I tell this to people, they are shocked. It was a police officer, middle of the night or whatever, no siren, speeding, headlights on, but he was going to a call. And they love to do that. Oh, he was going to a call that gives them that qualified immunity. The 25 or 26 year old college student got ran over and killed by this officer. Just like that. On a body camera, he was laughing with his buddy. Oh yeah, she was, what did she look like, 20? She was past her prime anyway. Shit, they laughing.
Seattle police officer's body-worn camera captures what sounds like a callous disregard for human life.
I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead.
That's the voice of SPD officer Detective Daniel Otterer. It's recorded January 24th, one day after a woman, 23-year-old John V. Kundula, was struck and killed by another officer's squad car while that officer was responding to a call. Kundula was in a crosswalk when she was hit by the patrol car that was going 63 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone.
It does not seem like there's a criminal investigation going on.
In a different portion of the call, the officer appears to be talking about paying off the victim's family, such as a monetary settlement if the family were to sue the department.
No, it's a regular person. Yeah, just write a check. Just, yeah, look, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Seattle police say the video was flagged by a department employee, say the Office of Police Accountability.
Now the single dad, that's all he had left. Gone, you say. And with Sonya Massey, with the hot boiling water get thrown up. They put him through the ringer. But this guy, this so-called police officer, believe it or not, he only had to pay $5,000. Hell, probably got transferred, but he's not doing any jail time. The good apples, the so-called good apples that defended that bad apple have became bad apples. The Texas school shooting. When the cops went in there to save their own kids, when the parents came to lay their lives down for their kids and plus other kids, could not go inside the building. It took them an hour and some change or whatever. Maybe 45 minutes. But all you heard is screaming and shooting. He had a field day. And the so-called officers that got in and got their kids out and waited. Oh, we didn't have thick enough body armor. Let me be there. I'm strapping on the body armor. I'm going in. Kids are the least protected people in the world. In any country, kids. I would have laid my life on the line for those kids. Everybody, there was just a few bad apples. They're still on the force. They're not prosecuted. People still stopping at the stop sign. People still saying, no, sir, no, yes, sir. People didn't even vote that the whole police officers or put a vote to get them up out of there and not to service their community anymore because they failed them. But, hell, fuck it. Just a few bad apples. You know, just follow the law. Just follow the law. Now, there's hypocrisy on both sides. I don't care what nobody says. On the Democratic side with Kyle Rittenhouse when he had his AR-15. Now, why would he go to the protests with a gun, a weapon? That was the narrative. But then it quickly shifted to, oh, well, he wasn't legal age and he didn't really have a license. It was all muddy. It was muddy. Because he went across state lines when he was underage and didn't really have that weapon. That's what got him in legal trouble. Now it's the Republicans. Why did that VA nurse go to a protest with a firearm? One, this is right. The bootlegging is real. But what I will say, both him and the lady who tried to speed off or get away from the ICE officers put themselves in dumb situations. More so the lady than the VA nurse. Because if you watch the video, she was cutting off traffic parked in the middle, getting out to record. I would never do that. I would park my vehicle somewhere down the road somewhere, then I would come out. So if you give chase, I have a running and fighting chance to get back to my vehicle and drive away. But there was a gray area in that part because I seen plenty of videos, police activity, plenty of videos where a cop gets shoved on and didn't shoot, give chase, or it was one instance where the cop jumped on the hood and upped out on the lady and said, if you do not stop, I think it was a man, I will shoot you. He kept going, boom, boom, boom. Shut and close case. That one was muddy. But this one, where I seen videos where it's just a male cop and a female partner of an officer, right? One cop can pull your hands behind your back and then they disarm them or they both get on. But it's 6 ICE agents or border officers, whatever you want to call these motherfuckers. 6 of them cannot get one person on the ground. And then after you pour, while his hands are still on the ground, they mag dump him while on the ground. Hypocrisy. At the beginning of this term with the administration, The beginning of this term, it was DEI. We're going to get DEI out of office. DEI. I had a fucking coworker. We're all these DEI hires and stuff like this. And then, well, Charlie Kirk was right. If there's a black pilot, I'm going to be a little nervous. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Before Charlie Kirk came on the scenes, it's been plenty of black pilots. Plenty of black pilots. And you've flown without a care in the world. It's like people are so easily just the bandwagon. DEI. Everything in his administration is DEI. Kash Patel is literally DEI. He's a puppet. Just like the last FBI director. They didn't bring no charges on this Epstein's list. Everybody in his cabinet, oh yeah, I mean, you get a political favor. Come on in. Political favor. Come on in. You get a cabinet. You get a seat. History tends to repeat itself. George W. Bush did the same thing. DEI. Before, it took 6 months to almost a year to become ICE, and among that, now it has been shortened down to 45 days. That is the definition of DEI. State of law enforcement in America. Now, under Barack Obama, they got deported, but then they end up coming back. They end up coming back because the border was not secure. And I don't want to hear anybody on the left talk about, oh, we need open borders. No, fuck all that. Fuck all the open borders. You can't even go to Canada as an American illegally before getting kicked out, thrown to jail. Hell, with me working in Nebraska, they vote pure red. It was a guy straight from, he was straight from Cuba. Fresh, didn't speak not a lick of English. I was talking to him on Microsoft Translate, trying to communicate with him. Fuck it. Good luck in Florida. Reason why I brought that up, he was going to Florida. But he went to Florida to find a better life, to work, construction. I wanted to bring all of that up, that storyline, to tell people who wants to vote these illegals out, to get rid of these illegals. Go in and do it the right way. I shouldn't fund tax and all of this with illegals. That's fine and all, which is not true. But when they go, you got Texas, you got Florida, you got all the southern states that's pure red that needs illegals. When I was in Florida, I was working on $1.5 million homes or condos. They were shitty built too. I ain't gonna lie to you. The homes in Florida, they got all concrete. It was cracked out. I was on the Sarasota side. The reason why I say shitty built, the quality was down, and we were the only union that was up. It was like the quality wasn't really up to par. The concrete and the brick maybe, but the plumbing was, because that's what part of that we was doing in the gas lines. 85% of that job site was illegal. The illegal fell off the building and died on one of the other job sites because, reasons or whatever. It was not a very safe job site. Everybody still came to work because they had to. You had people pissing in bottles and taking number twos on the job site with the bottles left out because they couldn't take a break. They get paid they're doing piecework. Majority of Florida and getting the houses built and the high rises are from illegals. Same with Texas. Same with Arizona. And all of those red states. So with ICE being in Minnesota is just a thing for Tim Walz. Because if you truly cared about illegal immigration, it wouldn't be no force in a northern part of the U.S. It would go all the way to Texas. It would go to Tennessee. It would go to all the southern states, Florida, all of that, if they truly cared about illegals. But it will not happen, because if it does happen, then guess what? That state will be null and void. It will stop ceasing to exist. There's so many illegals that's working on temporary visas and stuff like that. The state economy will collapse. Houses will not get built. High rises will not get built. But the narrative is we must deport these illegals. But they are not deporting these illegals. At least not the right ones. That was what's on my mind. I wanted to share that. Just put my mind, talk to the camera. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. Until next time.